this actress. This woman. This is a movie called Woman in Gold. I don't know the name of the actress.
映画に行きたい気分です。楽しみにしています。
Helen something or another. I'll just print it right here. This is a film about a woman who was painted in gold, and then this is the 1930s, and she dies from some kind of disease. But there's this really beautiful painting done with actually plated gold put into the painting. And the Nazis come in, they invade Austria, they set up their own government. All the Jews are robbed of their treasures, and this painting's taken from them. One of the sisters of this house, who's related to this woman, survives the Nazi concentration camps by getting away and escaping with her husband to the United States, where her sister had previously gone. But comes back later to Austria to claim the painting, The Woman in Gold, which belongs rightfully to her husband. Which belongs rightfully to her sister according to the will. And it's a true story. It's about this woman's fight to get this painting back, to reclaim this painting. But she's not only fighting the legal system to get this back of Austria, who consider this one of their masters, one of their country's iconic treasures. She has to fight herself to continue with the fight, as her lawyer, whose family survived somewhat of the Jewish massacre in Austria during World War II. His family, some of them survived, some did not. He's there, her lawyer, who she hired to help her out to get this painting. He's there for personal reasons, and even though she eventually fires him, he continues on trying to get this painting back, out of sheer principle that you can't claim a piece of art, just steal it and then say it's yours when it actually still belongs to somebody else and somebody else's family. At the end of this movie, you'll see the results. They do win, but there was something like 100,000 pieces of art in Austria to this day, probably more than that. I don't recall the exact number, but there's probably over 100,000, I think they said, pieces of art that belong to Jewish families living somewhere in Europe or around the world, that Austria still claims and still holds in their museums and their art galleries, that don't belong to them, and the fights continue. Unless you've got the resources and the money and are willing to put up with the struggle, you're never getting that art back. The Austrian government will never give it up easily. And that's what the whole movie's about. It's about fairness. It's the last crumbles of the Nazi Empire, which still continues on to this day, is these pieces of art and trying to get them back from the various governments where they were stolen, for Austria being just one example, one place where Jewish art is being held hostage, where it ended up because of the Nazis and what they did in Austria. Even though World War II has been over, 70 years now, the Nazi destruction still continues on in the lives of these people.